Okay, go ahead and ask.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Everybody knows what you're going to say.
I don't think so. Rare occasions, giraffes can be purple.
You're right. I wasn't expecting that.
See? So, what do you think the cause of death is on this poor soul who has jumped or fallen from a 58-story building?
Of course, you were just playing with me. It's way too early to determine the COD of this unfortunate or suicidal victim of some undetermined age or gender, which is difficult to judge given the force of impact caused by volume, velocity, and the unforgiving nature of field cement sidewalks.
Now, what do you got for me?
You know, where I come from, the odds of winning the Powerball lottery are 1 in 292.2 million.
All right, funny guy, lady, you know what I mean.
Do I? Well, until we've settled this mess up and until we get this mess to the board, I don't have any meaningful answers for you.
Hey, that's the speech. Huh? Very good, thank
The
you.
truth is what it is. I don't know why I don't teach you that in school for detectives.
All right, so listen up. I understand you're only on temporary loan from CSI Miami. I will not understand why you show up for a crime scene in New York City in a back alley with white pants on. What do you want, a white pants store or something?
Ask the costume department director, why don't you? I can't get anywhere with that. Yeah, equally, I fail to understand the sunglasses when it's nearly midnight.
I think we all stop giving a shit. What, episode 500?
You could be right. Anyway, after these flashing cameras are done blinding us, we'll shovel this up and get it to a controlled environment. Then you'll know as soon as I do.
All right, meantime, I'll gather up the rest of the officers, do a door-to-door, see if they can come up with any other evidence. And if you find any identifying information on this, you get a hold of me. ASAP.
On it, and as soon as possible, back to CSI Miami.
Hey, by the way, we're gonna miss you. You made it a whole 3 episodes. Huh?
Lucky me. Thanks. All right, my friend. Time to figure out who you are. Or at least, what you are. Thank you for making my life a little bit easier. Let's see what's going on here. How many times have I told you not to do that?
Not enough, apparently.
Maybe you're just a slow learner.
Maybe. So, what do you got for me now?
Kidding, right? My 2 minutes with the remains here since they've arrived have produced one thing. This wallet from his pocket.
Hey, that's great. Right? Now we know it's the guy. Let's see it.
See it, yes. Hold it, no. It's evidence, of course. Take some notes. You got a male, 45. Connecticut driver's license with a home address. Several credit cards. And probably $200 cash.
That leads me to believe that this is probably not a robbery. So, I assume you're going to pack that wallet up with the rest of the evidence.
And the evidence collection has only just started.
Hey, you got no COD for me. I want to know, right? Is this a case for me or what?
Consider the possibility we may never know if this was an accidental death or suicide or possibly a murder.
Yeah. You text me when you got something new.
Listen here, Joy.
All right. Most likely, a murderer snuck up behind our unsuspecting tourist on the roof, on the tower, gives this guy a push.
I thought we didn't even know if this was a murder yet.
Hey, you hold your tongue, rookie. Hold on. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Hey, look, you're the ME. Have you sent the clothing to the lab yet? Yeah, look, I know. It's 2 a.m. and there's no couriers right now. Maybe they should have written as soon as possible. Before I say what? Shit. Yeah, and get the DNA to the lab, ASAP. You keep holding your tongue, look.
So do we know anything?
We know it's still a male victim, nothing else.
It's not much.
Yeah, still early days, Jenny. Now we know it's 2 a.m. And we know we don't have a courier service at this time of day. But they'll get on top of this DNA very, very shortly, and usually that takes most episodes of 20 minutes.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, of course. Who told you it couldn't?
Well, then your estimate on DNA times, it's a little faulty. Let's see here. According to Google, the fastest turnaround for rush homicide DNA tests in the country is 1 to 2 days, not hours. Let's see here. They just announced that in this city, they have sped up gun crime DNA lab turnaround to 30 days or less.
Yeah, but we don't know if our victim was shot or not.
Or garroted, or poisoned, or asphyxiated.
Hey, enough out of you, huh? My 5 years as a traffic cop, my 3 weeks, huh? As a homicide detective in Boston, I go by my gut, right? My gut says, this is a murder. So we know otherwise, this is how we go, huh? I want to know everything about this guy. I want to know where he works. I want to know where he lays his head at night, huh? I want to know if he's married, huh? So forth, whatnot, and all the rest, huh?
Yeah, that sounds great, but how are we going to get that information?
Did I forget to tell you I got identifying information from his wallet?
Yeah. You did fail to mention that.
Oh, yeah, that ought to help. How's the door-to-door going?
It's not even 3 in the morning yet. I've been meaning to ask, do we really want to do a door-to-door in a 58-story skyscraper when the event took place at 10 p.m. on the roof? Yeah, maybe we could just send an email. See if anybody saw anything.
That is very sensible. You are in charge.
Thank you.
All right, Rookie. Now I want you to go gather up our victim's wife. I want to talk to her before she starts rehearsing her alibi.
Does she need an alibi?
Yeah, of course she needs an alibi. This is a murder. If anybody's watched television since 1950, huh? We know the most likely suspect in any murder case is who? The spouse.
Hey, not the sharpest tool in the shed, is he? Okay, sure, but what if the victim isn't married? Never mind. I'm on it.
All right. Looks like we're back to the start. All right. I'm going to try and catch some Z's when the sun comes up.
Okay, just got off the phone with the nanny at Mr. Johnson's Connecticut house. She was a little bit surly, since it is 3:02 in the morning, but she was able to confirm that Mr. Johnson hadn't come home last night, and that Mrs. Johnson, coincidentally, couldn't come to the phone, because she was busy, wait for it, spending the night at a hotel right here in New York City.
And you know I do not believe in coincidences. You round her up.
At this hour?
Yeah, justice sleeps for no man. Or woman. Or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Were you sleeping?
Jeez. Officer Graves. What are you doing up at this hour?
I'm eternally asleep whenever you're on a case. What's the deal with the DB at the tower, Powell? The superintendent likes that place, and now he's calling me, and you know I don't like that.
I got the rookie and Jenny on top of it. They're bringing the lead suspect over as we speak.
Suspect. This was a murder and not maybe an accident or a jumper.
Well, sir, I promise I'll get to the bottom of it, whatever it is.
How many times do I have to tell you not to do that?
not do what?
Use the word promise. You say it all the time, and half the time it's a lie. Stop it.
I'll do my best,
Detective Powell, this is Mrs. Johnson, who's residing this morning at the W Hotel.
Good morning, Mrs. Johnson. Sorry to wake you from your beauty sleep. We have some very unfortunate information to pass on to you.
This is about my husband. He's Tony's dead.
The important question is, Mrs. Johnson, did you know he was dead before these two told you?
I most certainly did not. I came into town to see a show, have a late dinner, and went back home in the morning. I don't know what my husband was up to. That's how it works for us sometimes.
What show did you see?
Oh, I saw the musical 6. Oh, people had told me it was good.
Okay.
And yet they charged the same price as a real musical.
I am sorry, huh? Oh, where'd you go to dinner?
Went over to Playwrights on 8.
What time did you get back to your hotel?
In time for bed. Maybe 10 o'clock.
That sounds very vague.
My watch is broken. I can't be certain.
We had the wrong time for this episode. Jesus. All right, Mrs. Johnson. Get anyone corroborate whether you were alone at the play or after the play, at dinner, at home, in your bed before these two woke you up.
No.
Put her in the holding cell.
Where? My boyfriend can confirm all this.
Just as I suspected. All right, rookie. You get full name information on Mrs. Johnson's friend, and then you take her back to the W. And Mrs. J, you don't leave the city. Or Connecticut, I guess. Looks like you and I were back to the start.
What, waiting on any actual results?
No, you and I, we're going to start it door to door.
Now?
Now!
I should have known. We all should have known.
Sit down.
What do you people even want?
Why'd you kill Rick Johnson? That old line. I thought you'd come up with something better than that. The towel. Now, where do you work? You got no alibi for last night.
You mean the guy who fell off the top? I thought that was an accident. You gotta believe me, I didn't kill anyone.
Maybe hard for you to believe, but I do not have to believe. In fact, I don't have to believe anybody.
Well, except for the fact that I probably couldn't have killed anyone. I mean, there's certain parts of the building that my company doesn't service, and the top is one of them. People with tower offices can get in, yeah, but I can't.
Okay.
And I'm a lawyer!
Okay. Hey, how many times I gotta tell you to not interrupt them? Jesus.
Sorry, but there's someone here who wants to talk to you. It's the medical examiner lady.
Jesus, I thought she left already.
Yeah, well, apparently not yet.
This better be important.
You might consider it so. CSI's copied me on their crime scene report. You'd be interested to know they found a fair deposit of fluid near the edge of the tower. The fluid is something you might find lubricating a car's engine or used to heat and cool large buildings and equipment. The deposit had marks in it that looks like shoes had slid across the roof of the tower.
And
And the CSI's mentioned there are a number of HVAC type units on the roof of the tower. I found a fair amount of deposit on the bottom of his shoes.
So, what you're trying to say is?
I can't wait to go home. This guy is IQ equivalent to a bag of rocks. What I'm saying is there were no other marks in the puddle. Puddle that apparently you failed to notice. As a result, my tentative finding in this case is accidental death.
Oh, boy.
So as I'm heading toward LaGuardia for my flight to Miami, perhaps you should consider releasing the person you got in interrogation.
How?
Jeez.